What if the money you're chasing right now is secretly making you poorer, not richer? You're being sold a lie that's more dangerous than a scam. The idea that money without effort is the ultimate goal. In reality, the faster the money, comes, the faster your future self disappears. We aren't just talking about your bank account going to zero. We're talking about the permanent destruction of your ability to succeed. If you've been chasing the shortcut, you're currently paying a tax you don't even know exists. We see it everywhere on our feeds. The 20-something in a rented Lamborghini, the flashing green candles of a crypto pump, and the gurus telling you that hard work is for suckers. It's a compelling narrative because our brains are biologically wired to seek the path of least resistance. But there is a psychological trapdoor hidden in that dream of easy money. When you decouple the reward from the effort, you aren't just winning the lottery. You are systematically dismantling the very hardware in your brain that allows you to handle success. This is the easy money trap, and it is designed to leave you poorer, weaker, and more desperate than when you started. Most people look at a sudden windfall as a stroke of pure luck. But there is a hidden law of physics at play here that the US market often ignores until it's too late. It's the concept of cognitive and karmic debt. Think of it like a high-interest loan on your soul. When you acquire wealth without a corresponding contribution of value, you aren't actually up. You are in a deficit. In the business world, we talk about return on investment, but we rarely talk about the return on effort. When you bypass the struggle phase, the late nights, the failed prototypes, the difficult client negotiations, you are effectively borrowing success from a future version of yourself. The problem is that this future version of you doesn't have the skills, the calluses, or the character to maintain what you've grabbed. It's like placing a massive skyscraper on a foundation made of sand. It looks impressive for a moment, but the collapse isn't just a possibility. It's a mathematical certainty. This isn't just some abstract philosophy. It's how the real world functions. Wealth without value creation creates an unstable orbit. If you haven't solved the problem or served a human being to get that money, the universe has a way of extracting that unearned gain back from you, often with interest. This extraction usually happens through poor decision-making, ego-driven spending, or the simple fact that you don't know how to manage what you didn't build. We've seen this play out 1,000 times with lottery winners who end up bankrupt within 5 years or overnight. Internet sensations who vanish as quickly as they appeared. They didn't have the internal ROI to match their external bank account. Every dollar you make that isn't attached to a skill learned is a dollar that is looking for an exit strategy. The danger of the shortcut is that it feels like a win in the short term, but it's actually a lobotomy of your ambition. When you realize you can make a quick buck by gaming an algorithm or riding a hype cycle, your brain stops looking for ways to be useful and starts looking for ways to be clever. But clever doesn't scale. Only value scales. By chasing the easy path, you are trading your long-term potential for a temporary hit of dopamine. You are training your mind to believe that the world owes you a result without a process. This is the ultimate psychological tax. You lose your edge, you lose your hunger, and eventually You lose your ability to compete in the real economy, where value is the only currency that actually matters. You have to ask yourself, are you building a legacy, or are you just trying to get away with something? Because the market eventually finds out, and the bill always comes due. The danger of the shortcut isn't just that it might fail, it's that it might actually work. If you win big on a fluke, your brain's reward system is hijacked. You begin to suffer from the hidden erosion of the self. This is the opportunity cost of the shortcut. While you are busy scouring the internet for a glitch in the system, a new pump and dump scheme, or a low-effort arbitrage play, your peers are doing something much more boring, but infinitely more dangerous to your future. They are building high-value skills. Imagine two people. One makes $50,000 in a month by pure luck on a meme coin. The other spends that same year making $50,000 by learning high-level sales, coding, or specialized engineering. On paper, they have the same amount of money. But in reality, the first person is in a state of extreme fragility. Their wealth is a one-off event they can't replicate. The second person has developed an internal ATM skill set that allows them to generate wealth in any economy, at any time, forever. When you chase easy money, you are essentially choosing to remain incompetent. You lose the ability to build real foundations because your brain is constantly scanning for the next hit. This leads to the death of your work ethic. Once you've tasted $10,000 for doing nothing, working a focused 8-hour day for $500 feels like an insult. You become unemployable in the worst way possible, not because you're a visionary leader, but because you've lost the discipline required to execute on difficult tasks. You become a shortcut junkie, jumping from one burning building to the next, always hoping the floor doesn't give out. This erosion spreads to your self-worth. Deep down, you know you haven't earned it. You know that if the system changes or the glitch gets patched, you have nothing to offer the world. That realization creates a persistent, low-level anxiety that no amount of unearned cash can soothe. Furthermore, there is a karmic ripple to this behavior. Most easy money schemes in the digital age are predatory. They involve selling a dream you haven't achieved or pushing a product that provides zero utility. When you harm others, even indirectly by wasting their time or selling them false hope, you are poisoning your own reputation. In the U.S. market, your brand is your most valuable asset. Once you are known as someone who prioritizes speed over substance, the high-level players, the real mentors, and the institutional partners will stop taking their calls. You trade your integrity for a temporary spike in your bank account, and that is a trade you can never fully reverse. You are left with a pile of cash that is inevitably shrinking and a soul that has forgotten how to handle a real market downturn. When the recession hits, and it always does, the people with skills survive, while the people with shortcuts are the first to be wiped out. This brings us to the architecture of sustainable power. If you want to be truly wealthy, the kind of wealth that doesn't keep you up at night, you have to shift your energy from speed to scale. The goal shouldn't be, how fast can I get this? But how many people can I help with this? This is the law of true value creation. Sustainable power is built on the intersection of skill, service, and integrity. When you align your income with actual human needs, money stops being a gamble and starts being a byproduct of your personal growth. The most successful people in the United States don't wake up looking for the play or a hidden trick. They look for the problem. They look for things that are broken, inefficient, or painful for others, and they dedicate their lives to fixing them. Solving real-world problems is actually the easiest way to get rich in the long run because it has the least amount of competition. Everyone is crowded at the easy money gate, fighting over scraps and trying to outscam each other. But the value gate, that door is wide open. Hardly anyone is willing to do the hard work of becoming world-class at a difficult skill or taking the time to truly understand a customer's pain points. When you commit to being a person of value, you gain a competitive advantage that no algorithm can take away. You aren't just making money. You are building an empire of competence. You are becoming the kind of person who can lose everything today and have it all back by next year because the wealth is inside you, not in a digital wallet dot. As we close this out, I want to leave you with a sobering reality check. A lottery winner and a founder might have the exact same balance in their checking account today, but only one of them can do it again tomorrow. Only one of them sleeps soundly knowing their success isn't a fluke. To ensure you aren't falling into the trap, ask yourself these 3 vetting questions for every opportunity that comes your way. First, does this solve a real problem for a real person? Second, does this build a skill I can still use 10 years from now? And third, would I be proud to tell my children exactly how I made this money? If the answer to any of these is no, you aren't looking at an opportunity, you're looking at a trap. Don't let a temporary windfall turn into a permanent handicap. Your brain, your character, and your future are worth more than a quick buck. Go build something that lasts. Share in the comments below. What's one shortcut you chased that you now realize was a dead end? Let's help each other avoid the trap.